We have made it to June. Do you believe it? 2015 is rocking, and it is summer. And summer at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce means we're rocking. We've got lots of stuff going on, and really June is a month that transitions us into all these events, and those events occur in July, and we're going to talk about those today. We've got the Anoka River Fest and Craft Fair. We've got the Chamber Golf Tournament. We've got a lot of things going on, and summer is here, and that means we're ready to go. We've got a great show for you today as we are going to talk with Tom Weaver. He is chair of the board of directors. We're going to talk about what the board has been up to, and we're going to talk about some of those summer events as the chamber moves forward into what will be a crazy July. But June will get us there, and we're excited about that. We'll give you a recap of things that we were up to last month, and we will look ahead to those events and beyond. And of course, your favorite segment here. It is our member profile segment, a chance for you to find out who some of the many, many chamber member rock stars are. And you're going to meet them in a little bit right here in the show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will jump in and give you an update on what the chamber was up to in May, and we'll do that right after this.
It's all right, buddy. I'll be right back.
Me? I'm a kid. Yeah.
Hey!
What?
Dude, slow down.
You don't act like this in real life. Why would you do it behind the wheel?
What?
Minnesota law enforcement agencies are on the lookout for aggressive drivers. You could be fined or possibly lose your license. Are you that guy? Learn how to deal with aggressive driving at mndot.gov/aggressive driving.
Hey, come on, can't you go any faster?
Back on the Chamber Report, time now to take a peek at what we were up to in May. A lot of the planning that we talked about occurred then. In fact, heck, we've been planning for some of these summer events really starting in the month of January. So our Chamber River Fest committee has been meeting as we get ready for that event that is coming up on Saturday, July 11th. We'll talk a little bit about that more when we meet with Tom Weaver, chair of the board, in a little bit here on the show. Chamber Golf Tournament Committee has kicked in. It is one of our two major fundraisers of the year. That event is coming up on Monday, July 27th. We hope to get Noah, our producer, out in a golf cart. Well, it'd be great if he could golf, but he'll probably have to work it a little bit. But we'll get QCTV out there. We'll have some fun with it, but more importantly, it's a great day of networking, great day of fun and fundraising for the Chamber. So that committee is in place. They are rocking. The Chamber brochures are out, and people are starting to sign up, and that is a key to that event. And we hope that you will participate. We'll talk about that with Chairperson Weaver in a little bit as well. Networking continued in May, and our biggest networking piece, and if you're a regular watcher of this show, you've heard me talk about it, and if you aren't, I want to tell you, it's called AM Connections Networking. It is one of the best things that the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce does. You know, every year we do a membership survey, and number one or number two every year with the question, why did you join the Chamber, is networking and community. And we're covering both of those extremely well, and networking especially. So if you want to network, we are the regional network leader here for businesses. We have a group called AM Connections Networking Group. It's a group made up of members. Any member of the Chamber of Commerce can attend one of those events. They are free to attend. They are held the first and third Wednesday of every month from 7:45 to 9 o'clock at the Chamber office. There's some casual networking component to it, and then more of a structured event. As people move in the room, everybody goes around the room, they get a 1-minute commercial. They'll have a 5-minute presentation for one business available. They'll have a 10-minute presentation for a business available so that that business can really explain who and what it is that they have to offer from products and services. Then when those are done, they do a lead exchange, they do a business card exchange, and you're out the door by 9 o'clock. I'll tell you what, that room is rocking. I am there in my office, but I can hear the energy, feel the energy that is coming out of that room. It is free to attend. It's free for a chamber member to be a part of that. There are no costs. You don't have to RSVP. There's no schedule that if you don't show up for one, you can't show up for the next. It's a show up and network, and it happens. And that happened in May. It's going to happen in June and July and every other month that we've got. We held a membership drive in May. Thank you to the many volunteers that stepped forward and went out with the name of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce on their breath, and they talked chamber. They went out to not yet member businesses in our region, and we were able to garner 17 new members. Thank you to those people who were involved in that. In fact, we have one of those member volunteer people here, and you will meet her when we get into our member profile segment. But again, thank you to our team captains. Thank you to those volunteers. We had a great event. We will talk about some changes to that as we want to bump this thing up. We will have another drive coming up in September, and we'll talk about that coming up on shows down the road. Time now for our benefit of the month. This month it's member discounts. If you go to the chamber website, by the way, the brand new chamber website, I can't believe I didn't bring it up until right now. That's the biggest news that we've had. We have a brand new website, but I'm going to save that thunder when we talk a little bit later in the show as we talk about that new website, but we want you to go www.anokaareachamber.com. And when you go there, if you go up on the tabs on top, you hit members, and an option list will come down, and member discounts is one of them. Members can offer other members discounts, and there's a ton of them listed in there. So if you're a member, I urge you to go to the site, check out those discounts, and take advantage of them. If you'd like to offer one of those discounts, all you have to do is shoot me the details of what that discount is and how people can get a hold of you. I will put it up on our website, and it'll stay there as long as you want it there. You can make changes anytime. You can take it down anytime. You can do whatever you want, but they are up there, and we urge you to take advantage of those member discounts. I'll give you an example. Hardee's in Anoka, right there on East Main Street and 7th Avenue. All you have to do is say you're a chamber member, 10% off, and you get some of the best biscuits and gravy in the region at 10% off. That is one of the many, many discounts offered by other members for members. It is one of our member benefits. It's a benefit that if you don't take advantage of, it won't work for you. We hope you'll go and check that out. More importantly, I hope you get a hold of me and we'll offer one of those member discounts. We're going to take a break. When we come back, he's here. Tom Weaver, chairperson of the board of directors. We're going to talk about that new website. We're going to talk about summer. We're going to talk about board openings on the chamber and a whole lot more. We'll do that right after this.
If you're a history buff with an interest in local history, then check out It's Your History on QCTV Channel 15 and on the web at qctv.org. It's Your History is produced in conjunction with the Anoka County Historical Society. We interview experts on local history as well as people who were there when it happened to bring you the most up-to-date facts on historical sites and events. So join us for It's Your History right here on QCTV Channel 15 and on the web at qctv.org.
I'm a land application consultant. When I was younger, the fire department showed up. My dad was in diabetic shock. They came in, made me feel comfortable, my brother and sisters feel comfortable. I saw the good things they did in the community, and I wanted to do what they do. Some of the scenes that you show up on is the worst day of their lives. You're able to make some sense of it, hopefully calm them down, help them out in any way you can. At my full-time job, I make a paycheck. At this job, I make a difference.
Anoka County needs firefighters. Visit mnfirehire.com for more info.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now for our monthly visit with Tom Weaver. Tom is the chairperson of the board of directors of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Tom, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, good to be here, Pete.
All right, so chairperson of the board of directors, and for those of you that haven't seen this show before, he doesn't get paid anything. He's just a good guy. And he runs that 16-person board of directors, and they are the lifeblood of the chamber. They set direction. They tell staff what to do. We like to get paid, so we do it. And they are our idea group. They are the group that makes the decisions. And Tom leads that charge. And Tom, one of the things that we talk, well, first, before we get into that, so I mentioned you don't get paid. Tell everybody what you do so that you do get paid.
I run a nonprofit. I'm privileged to work with adults with developmental disabilities. We find them employment in the community and provide rehabilitation services to about 180 of them. So it's.
Are you guys actively looking for businesses?
We're always looking for good jobs, and so if there are employers out there who are looking for some really dedicated, hardworking employees, let us know, because we've got some really good people that we can bring over and help out. We also provide job coaches along with those guys, so
And
it's
that's
a
the key
great deal.
part.
Yeah.
And that's where I was just going to go. If you're a business watching, number one, you've got the most dedicated worker on the planet. And I can say that because I've talked to numerous businesses who have hired some of the people from Achieve Services, but there is a coach with them. So it's not a situation where your people have to spend a bunch of time. That's what Achieve Services supplies. So it makes it easy for you. More importantly, these people are getting the job done and it is working. And if you would like to learn more, Tom, how would they get a hold of you?
AchieveServices.org.
Okay.
Easy to find us.
And let me just say this, that shirt's looking awfully clean today.
I tell you, Pete, I use Achieve Clean detergent.
That's where I'm going. All right, so Achieve Clean, tell everybody the story because it's a great story. In fact,
It is a great story.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
asked Tom because both Tammy Flaggar, who's my administrative assistant, and Brendan and I want Achieve Clean. Tom's going to be nice enough to get it, but he's going to tell you where you can get it. But first, let's talk about what the heck it is.
Yeah, it's a laundry detergent, and we provide these services to adults with developmental disabilities. These services have historically been funded pretty heavily by the government. We want to reduce our reliance on government funding, so we wanted to come up with a business that would both create jobs for our people and produce some revenues to help us become less dependent on government sources. So we came up with this laundry detergent, and in partnership with a local company called Lubrication Technologies, and it's a wonderful product. It's about to get environmentally certified by the EPA. It's got all natural ingredients, and it works really, really well. We've had some wonderful testimonials from people who've tried other products that this one just beats them all. So you can get it at achieveclean.org. We'll drop some off for you and Tammy.
Yeah,
and
there you go. Nice of you. Yeah. But Colburn's is a location here in our region in
Colburn's
Ramsey.
is another wonderful member of the chamber, and they are stocking Achieve Clean on their shelves, so you can also get it there. Yeah.
So this isn't a deal where, okay, we just went and bought this big vat full of laundry detergent, and now we've created this bottle and we pour in Achieve Clean. You guys actually, you scientifically did this.
Yeah, the chemists at LubeTech, and those guys are amazing. I call them the mad scientists. They came up with a couple of different formulas. We tested them in different environments, including with some chamber members. Overecker Plumbing tested them on some of their dirty, greasy clothes. And
Good spot.
Yeah, it's a great product. It really cleans well, and again, it's environmentally friendly. And we should get our environmental certification within the next week or so.
So it's a business. So you employ
Yeah.
Achieve Service.
Yeah.
Adults.
We've got, our adults with developmental disabilities, and we've got a number of them who are filling bottles and slapping labels on those bottles and stocking them on shelves. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful deal.
All right, so somebody's interested again, where?
AchieveClean.org.
Okay. All right, let's jump in. The board of directors just met, and we had a chance to go through some things. I want to talk about the website. This goes, rewinding the clock all the way back to last September when we had our planning session. This was a big piece that you had brought up that our website was old, and it was old, and the website worked, but it was old. And social media, two very important parts, I think, for any business. But Tom, this was something important to you.
Yeah, this is a board priority to really clean up our website, make it more user-friendly, clean up our social media outreach efforts, and make sure we're touching everybody. You know, we've got a lot of millennials who are coming into the workforce and starting businesses, and we need to make sure we're communicating the way that they do. So it was time to update that website, make it more user-friendly, and done a great job with it.
Yeah. So we went through the process. We talked as a board of directors. I think we had 8 members who are web-type design businesses. So the board directed me, go out, get bids from all those people, knock it down to 2. I did that, brought that to the executive committee. Those 2 businesses made presentations to the executive board. The executive board made their selection. It was Tammy Went from Lexica Communications, and Tammy, a local business, then presented to the full board, and away we went, and the design started. You know, the old site was a little bit darker, outdated. I thought I knew what the word responsive meant. I didn't know what the word responsive meant. I do now, and here's what it means. It means that our website will now adjust to this, or a tablet, or whatever size screen that you have. The old site did not do that. I don't even know if responsive was a word back then in that sense of the word. So we are responsive, but more importantly, we are bright. It's a very picture-related, easy to go through site, and it's helped staff from the standpoint of now when we have an event, as an example, we have a luncheon coming up this month here in June. We have our State of the County, Anoka County address. A member can go up into the site, they could click, and they could actually register and pay for that right then and there. Could not do that before. And the other thing, Tom, is our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter stuff has just absolutely taken off.
Yeah, the hits on Facebook have just gone through the roof as a result of this redesigned website. That's just awesome. And
Yeah.
The other thing we should mention is that Google just recently changed their policy so that sites that are responsive or user-friendly for mobile devices get a much higher rating. So if people go to Google, hit Chamber, we're coming up at the top now as a result of these changes.
You know, and let's face it, and I have no choice, but I mean, this is my computer at home. I mean, I have Word on here. I've done a bunch of stuff. When we do a ribbon cutting, by the time I get back to the office, we've already put it up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. That was a directive from the board some years ago. So we needed our site to be this. I mean, I've got a 28-year-old daughter, and I'm telling you, that is her computer. And so we needed our site to be able to work to this. And boy, when I heard the Google thing, I'm like, we are on top of it. At least I think we missed it by a week. But we're there, and we're Google happy, and that's all we want. But Tom, it was important to us. We will continue to work with social media. We're doing a lot of what we're supposed to do, but the hits are coming. I told you, you know, the old site did not have easy opportunities for people to go there. We got like 60 likes the first day because it was easy. So we've made social media connection to Chamber easy.
It's very easy, very user-friendly, very visually appealing, some advertising opportunities also. So I would encourage people to go to the site, check it out, let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's cool. And seriously, www.AnokaAreaChamber.com. Would love your opinion about it. Of course, we have our member directory there. You know I pump that all the time. We want you using Anoka Area Chamber members. They are all listed there. It's easy to find. And more importantly, if you're a resident, there's stuff for you. If you're a business, there's stuff for you. If you're a member, there's stuff for you. The website is what it's supposed to be. It is now up. Took a little bit longer than what we thought, but you know, hey, building a house is never easy. We have moved in, but we've got the contractor checklist going, and we are making changes as we need to. Staff is learning a new process of how we update the stuff. We don't pay someone to do that. There are times over the last couple of weeks I wish that we paid someone to do that, but I'm getting it. I kind of whined to Tom a little bit a couple of days ago.
Hey, we're all in this together. We're all learning.
We are.
Together.
You know, it's a big job, but I'm getting it. I am. And it'll get better. Repetition is the king. So we will get there. So the website's up. You can tell there's some enthusiasm here. I'm excited. I think it's, 9 years we had that site, and I think in website time, I think 9 years is what's dog years, 7 years. We're probably like 280 years old with those 9 years.
It was a dinosaur.
It was a dinosaur, and it functioned. It did great for us. This one's better. It's cool. Check it out. I urge you to do that. And if you see something you like, let me know. If you see something you think needs whatever, hey, let me know. That's cool. All right, I talk about July. July rocks. We've got the Anoka River Fest and Craft Fair on July 11th. Tom, I know you've been down there before. River Fest is 100% handcrafted items from artists from all over the place. We've got artists from California. We've got artists from Colorado come in. Of course, heavy from Minnesota and the 5-state region. But it's one of the largest outdoor craft fairs in the state of Minnesota. And it will be Saturday, July 11th from 9 to 5. And Tom, we get them coming from all over the place.
It's a wonderful event. I mean, it draws so many people to the community. And it's, not just for the crafts, but people also spend some time looking around Anoka and our adjoining communities. It's just a great thing for this area.
The whole reason why we do it, and it comes from one of Tom's uncles. John Weaver started an event called the Anoka 120-year celebration. That was 18 years ago. And it was a reason to have something in Anoka in the summer. The Chamber participated in it. When that event was over, the Chamber was approached by the city of Anoka and said, hey, would you have interest in taking this event on? Thought about it, decided yes, on the premise that We can't lose money on it. We hope to make a little, but we can't lose money because we're nonprofit. Budgets are tight. But we did it with the mentality of promotion. And it is not just about Anoka, it is about Coon Rapids and Andover and Dayton and Champlin, where all these people are coming from through now then, Oak Grove, St. Francis. They're all coming here as we invite the Metro and outstate Minnesota to come to this event. And they do come to the tune of 15 to 20,000 people on one day. And here's what they find out. Number one, they find out, hey, this region's cool. Number two, they find out, hey, you're not next to Duluth. And it was easy to get here because it's a Saturday, so traffic's not bad. And we hope they come back. So it's not about the day, it's about the 364 days after that. We have a ton of volunteers that play that day, and they are huge. Tom, you have been there before. We had pontoon boat rides, and pontoon boat rides was a very popular event. Those are done. Thank you to the many volunteers who gave up their time, their boats, and their efforts. But that group, they did 10 years, and 10 years was good for them, and we totally thank them. But we have a paddle event, Tom, that is coming to kind of replace that. It'll be cool, and tell them a little bit about that.
This is a really exciting opportunity. We're going to utilize the Upper Rum River, so north of the dam, and we're going to have, I don't know how many canoes and kayakers and paddlers going about, I think the stretch is about 8 miles of the Rum River. And that, if you haven't been on that stretch of river, it is beautiful.
It is.
This is going to be just a wonderful event, and we're really looking forward to it.
You know, everything else we did with pontoon was on the lower Rum, and now we are going to go that upper. And Tom is so right. If you have not been up that way, and there is a park in Andover, and you go to the AnokaRiverFest.org website, and you'll learn about this information. There's a park there, and that's where people are going to drop in. Your vehicle will actually already be back at the drop point in downtown Anoka, and you will paddle. It is not a race, it's a paddle event. So canoe, kayak, you will come down those 8 miles, and it is picturesque and beautiful. I've had an opportunity through a friend of mine to do some pontooning up there. You will see bald eagles. You will see nature to the fullest. It is beautiful. And you will end right down near the Anoka Independent Grain and Feed. For those of you that remember, it's where the old snowmobile corral was. It's not old, it's still there, but that's where we're going to dump off. Those people can then drop. We urge you to pop over to the Riverfest, enjoy a corn dog, because heck, you worked yourself to the bone. And check out the crafters and have some fun. But it's a way for us to pump the river as the resource that it was. So with the pontoons, we did that with Lower Rum in Mississippi. Now with the paddle event, we'll do that with the upper, so we'll give the region an opportunity to check out fully what we have to offer. Rum River comes through all of our member communities, and it is spectacularly beautiful, and we hope we get a big crowd.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
It'll be fun. Chamber Golf Tournament coming up July 27th. Achieve Services and Achieve Clean is our sponsor for our barbecue grill meat raffle. We appreciate that.
What we're hoping is people spill a lot of barbecue sauce on their clothes, and we'll need some detergent to clean that up. We've got
good.
just the product.
Let's get those squirt bottles and just make that happen. I love it. Chamber Golf Tournament's coming up, and we book out every year, 144 golfers max. We'll be at Greenhaven Golf Course on Monday, July 27th. Great networking opportunity, Tom.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities to golf, to be a sponsor. The networking is great. The weather's going to be perfect. I just looked at the long-range forecast. It's going to be awesome.
You bet.
Always is.
Achieve has always been a hole sponsor for us. A chance for you to put some of your people on a hole. I'll tell you what. You've got 144 golfers, and they have no choice but to go and talk to your people. That's the nice part about being a hole sponsor. You've had some people out there, and a chance for your people to tell the Achieve story to those golfers.
Yeah, being a hole sponsor is a wonderful opportunity. You're absolutely right. You've got a captive audience there. Every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a group of 4 is going to be standing around there, and you got a good chance to talk to them and network and learn a little bit about them and sell your wares, and it's just a great networking opportunity.
Cool.
And a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you for that sponsorship. We love it. And by the way, that sponsorship will throw you on a hole too. So we'll get those guys out there on, I think we've had them on hole number 11. I'll check the records. I just know they really like that spot. So we will take care of them as well.
I think we had a tree. I think we had a little shade.
I think there was a tree. I'll tell you what, the big guy is a member of the Anoka Area Chamber. We give him free dues. And we have been so blessed with our outdoor events. And we're hoping again, and Jason Berry's here, and we'll talk to him, and he can throw in a word for us as well. But we're looking for a great event. I'm telling you what, it's June. If you're watching this show, Don't look for the brochure that we mailed you in May and fill it out and send it. Call me, because this thing books fast, especially the golfer end of this thing. Whole sponsors, I'll take all I can get. But even then, call, because we can always worry about the money end of this thing, but it's about getting you in. All right, last on the docket, the Board of Directors talked about 5 openings that are occurring on the Board of Directors that will occur this fall, and this month at the board meeting, the board will be looking over the candidates and selecting 5.
Yeah, you know, turnover on the board is a healthy thing. We always like to get some new blood on the board, and so we're at that point in the year where 5 are going off, and we're going to be getting 5 new ones, and we're really excited about that opportunity to get some more people engaged.
Now, as of this taping, here's the good news. We have 5 people who are interested. That's always a good thing, because if you have 4, you need 5. So there are 16 people who sit on the board. There are 5 people in their first year, 5 people in their second year, 5 people in their third year on the board. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Pete, that Anoka Hennepin School District math you took, that's only 15. Well, if somebody serves as chair of the board, they serve a 4th year as past chair. So Tom will be serving 1 more year once he's done with this one. But we always have 2/3 of that board that have been there at least a year, along with the 5 newbies. And so, as Tom mentioned, turnover is healthy. We always have fresh, 1/3 of that board is going to be fresh people, fresh ideas coming in every year, and we want to pick the brains of these members. And again, as I mentioned earlier, not paid, none of them are. They serve, they come to a meeting a month, and boy, they step up in so many other ways. But that's where we need them. We need their brain, we need their discussions. I don't vote. I'm not a member of the board of directors. I'm a paid employee, so they're the ones who make all the decisions, and we go from there. And Tom, we got a good group this year, and we look for more.
Got a great group, yeah, and it's not a huge time commitment.
Right.
You know, it takes a little bit of time, but it's really a great opportunity to meet some other, you know, leaders in the community, and it's just a wonderful networking opportunity and an opportunity to play a role in you know, setting the direction of the chamber.
Being a leader themselves, and that is critical to all of us. All right, it is June, summer's here. Whew, you ready?
I'm set, yeah.
Set, we're ready. We're gonna rock. When we talk next month, we will talk about some of the things that have happened as we get into that nuts month that is July. But we got a great leader on the board, and you know what? Put on a little extra mustard on that hot dog tonight when you're at the grill, and you know what? If a little bit of it pops out, get some Achieve Clean.
Go to Colburn's, Achieve Clean.
Darn right. He is Tom Weaver, chairperson of the board of directors of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. He is one of the best of the best. We'll see you next month.
You bet.
Great. When we're back, you'll love this part. It's member profiles, a chance for you to find out who some of the many rock stars are that are part of the over 600 members of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. We'll do that right after this.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Hello, I'm James Stewart, Sheriff of Anoka County, and I'd like to invite you to watch The Sheriff Show on QCTV. On the show, we feature various divisions within our office, including patrol, K-9, SWAT, community events, the dive teams, and much more. So tune into The Sheriff Show on your local channel 15 and 16 and keep up to date on what's happening at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now for our member profile segment. You like this segment. I hear about it all the time, and why wouldn't you? A chance to find out, like this guy, and tidbits. And everything else that is what the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce is, and that is our membership. You know, we are a 501c6 nonprofit organization. We're not funded by city, county, state, federal monies. We are funded by our membership, and we've got one of them here. And this one, I know you may not know the man, but you know the piece. Brenda and I love going to Hootie's Cafe in Champlin, and the second thing I do after I ask, can we sit at a booth, is grab my tidbits, and then we go back, and then we order breakfast, and it begins. This is Dean Prince. Dean is with a company called Tidbits. Dean, welcome to the show. Longtime member of the Chamber. Heck, I think you've been doing that darn near as long as I've been at the Chamber.
Long time, Pete. Can't even put years on it. Just can't put you, but a long time.
All right, so we got a cowboy hat. Now,
Yeah.
does Montana come into play anywhere here with that?
Well, it does. You know, it's. I don't think it's a little known secret anymore that back about 3.5 years ago, the wife and I decided that we wanted to be closer to some of our grandchildren, and they live in Bozeman, Montana. And after many years of producing this paper and suddenly being kind of shut up in our house doing business, we said, well, we can go out there and live part of the year and conduct business. Of course, we kind of kept it hush-hush, you know, for the first couple of years, but we found out that our customers didn't care. No. They just wanted to know that we were staying in touch with them and that we were producing a good paper. And of course, we come back here. We live half the year in Bozeman, Montana, and the other half of the year here, which is where I'm at right now, the summer months here in Minnesota. And with that, we're able to visit our customers, visit our chamber friends, right, and just kind of be part of the community during the summer. So
and I'll tell you what.
real well. I wore the cowboy hat because it's not a secret anymore.
No.
Right? And by the way, that's where Tidbits started.
Is that right?
Montana, Billings, Montana.
And that's where my son lives.
That's right. Yeah.
Seriously,
Started
I didn't
back-
know that was the birthplace of Tidbits. And for those that don't know, tell them what Tidbits is.
This is Tidbits. I hardly have to tell people what it is anymore because they've seen it.
Yep.
It's a paper dedicated to, well, there's been a lot of different catchphrases on it. We'll just say it's all the news you never knew you never needed to know. Yeah, and that's been a good one for the many years that we've been doing it.
And it's perfect. It's, you know what, if you read that, you will not be depressed. You will learn things, and you will learn things.
You will.
But it's just an easy read. It's a great read, and that's why I like it, and I look forward to it, and I know many of you do. Dean, these things are everywhere.
They are. We're across the northern Twin City area. We are actually called Tidbits of the North Metro Twin City area. There are 150 publishers of Tidbits across the country. So I'm just one of them, all right? And yeah, you'll find them at restaurants, fast food places, supermarkets of various sizes, some convenience stores, some senior centers have them. Pretty much any place that people are congregating. We're being a little more selective now. If a restaurant wants Tidbits in their establishment, we'll certainly get them in there. But you know what? They got to put it in a nice place. We have to know people are seeing them and picking them up. Otherwise, hey, we may cut them out. It happens. We hate to do it, but I've got delivery people that have a lot of stuff. We have hundreds of places that you'll find it. Yeah.
And with that said, I mean, advertising opportunity to the max, and we'll talk about that. But Dean, let's talk about what keeps Tidbits going and growing.
Well, it's a big question. There's a lot of things that keep Tidbits growing. I guess it's the fact that it provides, as you said, Pete, it provides information that's not depressing. We don't deal with current issues. We don't take issue with anything. We provide interesting, scintillating topics to read about, to learn about, and to further explore as well. And we've actually taken that and we've kind of symbionized it with the information online. And so when people are reading a topic in Tidbits, we're hoping that, if we've caught their interest, that they'll go out and they'll seek more information. And you can get it all online. There's a little, kind of a little scenario metaphor, if you will, that I put together. When you're in front of a computer, you may be looking for your nearest Walmart, or you may be looking for your nearest red box, or perhaps you're looking for a definition of something. But typically you don't sit in front of a computer and just say, okay, what do I want to learn today? You just don't do that. I don't think it's human nature to do that.
No.
Well, we give people the opportunity to learn about new topics, new information, and we hope that will spur them to go out and learn more about it.
You bring up online. I would think that something old in the sense that what is paper, and I like the paper, I like to hold that, but it's an online world. How do you compete marketing-wise with that?
We've never had any problem with it.
Good.
I think, as you said, it's something that you hold. You know, it's got that tactile feel to it. I don't think newspapers are going away, much to the against what was being said years ago when the online presence just started burgeoning. Newspapers haven't gone away. I think what they've done is like we've done, we've connected with online sources. You can go to our website, you can find information to different links to various topics in our paper. Okay,
So you have an online presence.
We do have an
That's
online
great.
presence. We have a website primarily dedicated for people that are interested in finding out more about Tidbits, how they can advertise it, but you know, also a place where you can, if you've missed a past issue of Tidbits, you can go to
there you
www.tidbitstwincities.com, tidbitstwincities.com, pretty easy to remember, and you can see past issues of Tidbits there. Yeah.
Affordable advertising opportunities for business.
Very affordable, very affordable.
And
yes.
how would someone go to find out how they can be in Tidbits and have that presence be out there in all the places that you're at?
Well, our number is in the paper, okay? My email is in the paper, my name. And you can also, again, go to our website, tidbitstwincities.com. You can contact me there. All the contact information is there. Our pricing is there. We don't hold any secrets. It's right there. We're very proud of our competitive rates, and we're extremely proud of the readership that we have. You know, we have upwards of 50,000 people reading this paper every 2 weeks. We're in our 19th year.
I'll tell you what, I was going to ask the question, what keeps it going? That's just Dean. Dean keeps it going. You've got a passion, you've got the energy. You are going to see Anoka River Fest in that piece. We like to advertise in Tidbits, and more importantly, it's just a great piece. So Dean, again, real quick, if somebody wants to get a hold of you to find out how they can market their business there, give them the way they can do it.
Go to our website, tidbitstwincities.com, or contact me, 763-218-0033.
He is Dean Prince. He's a Chamber rockstar. Man, they donate so much when we have needs and want, and we
love
so
doing that.
appreciate
We love
that.
doing that, Pete.
And if you're a business, I'm telling you, they read it. I read it. I'm at Hootie's reading the thing, and I love it. He is Dean Prince. It is Tidbits, and I hope that you will get that connection made. If not, just grab one and read it. If you haven't done it before, you're going to love it. Dean, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Pete. Always a pleasure.
You bet.
If you're looking for local sports coverage, check out In the Game right here on QCTV and QCTV.org. On In the Game, we cover sports stories, both high school and amateur sports, from our 4 local cities here in Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. Some of the stories and interviews will give you insight into what happens here in the sports landscape of our cities. So check out In the Game with me, Chris Carpenter, right here on QCTV and QCTV.org.
Next up on member profiles, somebody who helped make this studio smell a lot better than it did about 5 minutes ago. She is Michelle Hudak. She is with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks for letting me be here.
You bet. Now tell us a little bit about you and what you do through Mary Kay.
Well, I'm a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, so I don't work for Mary Kay. I have my own business. That's the best part. I'm a solutions specialist, so I specialize in solutions for skincare and color cosmetics needs. I do complimentary consultations with my clients, and I've been doing it for 14 years.
Have you really? I knew you've been doing it a while. I didn't know that it was 14. Tell us a little bit about Mary Kay. I'm sure everybody's heard the name, but tell us a little bit about Mary Kay and the company.
Actually, Mary Kay has been around even longer, 52 years. They got started in September 1963.
Is that right?
They're a global company, 35 different countries, over 3 million different consultants. Based in Dallas, and we have one of the largest manufacturing facilities there, and we make over 95% of the products that we currently have in our lineup right there.
Do you have the pink Cadillac?
I do not, but I'm going to.
That's what I wanted to hear. I don't know if you've heard that story, but there is a story. So is that a threshold that you've reached, or how do you get a pink Cadillac?
You just keep building up your unit until you become a director, and you earn the pink Cadillac, but it's a trophy on wheels, without a doubt.
Darn right it is. All right, so we've got products here, and we've got services. You mentioned doing the consulting. Tell everybody a little bit about the products and about the services that you offer.
I would love to. We have over 200 different products, and the big thing is that we've got 5 major lines. So we've got a skincare line, body care, we've got sun care, we've got color galore, there is, gosh, what else have I missed? Fragrances too. Okay, so the cool thing is we have 5 different skincare lines. So within that, we have our #1 selling Time-Wise Miracle Set. That's the anti-aging one. We also have a Time-Wise Repair Set for more advanced anti-aging that you need. Both of those have the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, so we're very proud of that.
And you should be.
We also have a botanicals line for sensitive skin, a clear-proof line for acne-prone skin, and a men's line because men need to take care of their skin too. So I put a couple of men's products in there, including our fragrance is one of our top-selling fragrances.
All right.
High intensity sports.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, so you're an independent consultant. So somebody goes through you. When they're going to buy, it's not from someone else. It is through you.
That's correct.
So they sit down, you show them what you've got. You say, I want this, that, and you make that happen.
I make it happen because it's all direct selling. So I buy my products from Mary Kay, I sell to my customers, and we have that one-on-one relationship, and I have very loyal customers.
And service is the key, and Michelle, that's one thing I've heard about you is service, and you give that. And I'm going to embarrass her a little bit here because she gives service to the chamber. It has nothing to do with Mary Kay Cosmetics. It's Michelle being the type of person that steps up. I don't know if you've heard about our ambassador group, but it's some of the best that we have. It's a program that we have, and they are our ambassadors. So they are out there at ribbon cuttings, welcoming new businesses. If we have a function, they're out there being ambassadors for us. And when we started this program, we've had it for a while, but we did a revamp. Michelle, as we made the call out, Michelle stepped up right away, and Michelle, that just tells me the type of person that you are. Thank you for your service there, and it's a great thing for all of us that you've taken that step. All right. Just had to pat her on the back there. What else do you want to share with everybody about Mary Kay?
Well, I'd have to say, we have 2 avenues of income, actually, and that's a really cool thing. One, I love selling the products. The other one is the team building, and that's how we get to that pink Cadillac.
Okay.
And it's awesome, the flexibility. I know a lot of people don't know that I have a son on the autism spectrum, and I needed that flexibility, so Mary Kay is perfect for that. And I just thought I would throw that out there because a lot of people are in that same situation, and they need that flexibility, and yet it's got that extra money coming in.
And there is money to be made here.
That's correct.
And you will take that person by the hand, and you will lead them along their journey as they head toward a pink Cadillac. But more importantly, you're there to help them through every aspect of everything that's going on. And Mary Kay's always got new stuff coming up.
That's exactly right.
The faves are always there, but you've got new stuff coming all the time, and that really is important for all of you that are out there. And let me tell you this. Mother's Day, just over, but you know what? There's birthdays out there. We've got the holidays coming up. Michelle will make you an all-star in the eyes of that significant other. All right, how does somebody get a hold of you if maybe they're looking for that part-time opportunity to check it out and see if it's a fit for them, or if they're looking for product and want to talk to you?
They just call me up, 612-636-2010, or go on my website, marykay.com/mhudak, MHUDAK. Those are the easiest.
And you can also go to the Chamber website and you will find Michelle as one of our many, many members. And she's a rock star. She's a step-up player for the Chamber. She's a step-up player in your life. If you're thinking about maybe stepping back out there and getting a little money where you've got a little bit of free time, I'll tell you what, the product's there. Michelle's there to get you where you want to go. Again, tell them how they can get a hold of you.
612-636-2010 or marykay.com/mhudak.
Michelle Hudak, Mary Kay Cosmetics. Michelle, thank you for your service to us, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hello, I'm Judge Steve Halsey from Wright County District Court, chambered in Buffalo. I'm the host of the District Court Show here on QCTV with my co-host, Judge Elizabeth Strand. We talk about current issues in family law, criminal law, probate, all types of issues that you members of the public may be interested in. So join us next time for the District Court Show.
I have been a licensed dental assistant for 13 years now. I had a house fire and I understand what it's like to lose everything. I always wanted to join, and when my kids were older, I decided to go for it. I thought the commitment would be too much for me, but the fire service is very supportive and like another family. I wanted to give back to the people who helped me so much.
Anoka County needs firefighters. Visit mnfirehire.com for more info.
Last but not least, he is a doctor, but he doesn't play one on TV, but he does play one in our community, but it's a different kind of doctor. We're going to talk about that. His name is Jason Berry. He is with the Anoka Community Mission, and we are here to talk about what that mission is. Jason, welcome to the show, and we're going to talk about the pig. I know you're like, Pete, there's a pig in the desk. We're going to talk about the pig. I love this pig. I have actually fed this pig, and we'll talk to you about how you can do that. But Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Anoka Community Commission. Tell them briefly what that is.
Anoka Community Mission is a faith-based 501c3 social needs nonprofit that provides affordable childcare for families living in the Anoka and surrounding area.
And you have need.
Yes.
Lots of need. Yeah. And with that need comes your help. And one of the things that you've got coming up, and I know that Noah can't get a full shot of this, and that's fine because Jason will tell him how to get there, but this is the second annual Pierce Street Block Party. It's coming up on Saturday, June 20th from noon to 4 o'clock, located at the Anoka Community Mission parking lot, which is at 440 Pierce Street in Anoka. Where's 440 Pierce Street?
The old Carpy's Court building was used by Pack Charter School for a while, directly across the street from the North Star ramp.
Right, in the Anoka station, so you can't miss it. You can get there easily off of 7th Avenue, you can get there off 4th Street. It is right where that brand new ramp was built. So tell us about the Pierce Street Block Party.
Well, the Pierce Street Block Party is an annual event that we do to bring the community together to celebrate and raise funds for the scholarship fund at the mission. The Anoka Community Mission Starfish Fund is used to provide scholarships for families with their child care expenses that are enrolled at Little Blessings of Anoka.
Now, I know you can't see this, but Jason, I've never seen a sponsor piece. Usually the sponsor piece is about this big, and then it's the poster about everything that's going on. 3/4 of this page is full of sponsors from area businesses. My gosh, that's an incredible thing for you to do. Number one, you hustled and you went out there, but wow, what support you have.
Well, Pete, we are blessed with an incredible community that has been such a support, and they've enabled us to be able to help a lot of families.
That is crazy. So, concert at 3 o'clock, tons of stuff going on. You got the silent auction, you got meals, you got inflatables, carnival food, fun. This is a great family event.
Yeah, and it's a free admission event. We want to just welcome families in to come to our campus. We never know. We might have a family that has a need, and giving them the opportunity to see what we do opens that door, and sometimes additional guests will come that become community partners and help us along the way. So it's a great time, and we love it every year.
All right, so again, it is coming up Saturday, June 20th, noon to 4 o'clock, Anoka Community Mission parking lot. Now, this is located right next to, just on Pierce Street, and right across the street from them is the Anoka North Star Rail Station. You know what? Check it out. If you're a family in need, pop over there. If you're a family that's not in need, that's looking for something to do, a very positive family, positive event, show up. More importantly, if you can give. You want to talk about missions that are out there, missions that need help. This one is backyard. How many times do I harp that here on this show about keeping everything in our backyard, taking care of the businesses that are here, working with our communities. Our mentality is better community means better everything. And Jason and his group is making our community so much better. Congratulations, and thank God for everything that you do. Thank God. Look at all those sponsors. Jason, it blows me away. So if somebody wants to find out more information about this particular event, how do they get that?
They can go to anokacommunitymission.org.
Excellent. Yep. All right, there's a pig here. I talked about the pig. We have one of these pigs. In fact, a lot of places have these pigs. And if you hear this, there's money in here. Tell them about the pig and the money.
Well, this is Philip the pig. And he is our Coins for Kids mascot at Anoka Community Mission. And he is in over 100 locations in the Anoka and surrounding area, but he's spreading out throughout the metro area as well. See, because Philip is a good pig and he eats everything. So literally you can put any kind of coin or currency in Philip, including international coin and currency, and 100% of it gets used to provide scholarships for families with their childcare expenses. So I never knew that there were as many Canadian dimes floating around Anoka County as there are, but we have used all of them. And in the past 2 years, Philip alone has raised over $15,000 in private financial aid for families.
You know, Brenda and I, like probably all of you, we got our big jar, and I take it to the bank, and I pour it in the sorter, and then I get this little ticket, and I go cash it in. And all the Canadians come back. Well, guess where those Canadians go? They go right in there. We had this big pile of money from when my son went overseas on a trip, and he had given it to us. It went right in the pig. So an opportunity for you, if you got these things laying around, hey, they will turn those into the real money that they are. So we want you to do that. Hey, if you want a pig at your location, Jason can take care of you too.
Absolutely, and Philip does take American money as well. We say we get a 1-to-1 exchange ratio on the American, but we even take coins that are no longer in circulation. We have coin dealers that purchase those by the pound. And just recently we raised over $1,200 from that type of coin.
Jason, it's incredible. And we are running out of time. We're not even going to be able to get to Cans for Kids, but they can learn more about that if you just hook up with them. Jason, again, tell everybody how they can learn more about Anoka Community Mission and your mission.
Yep. You can stop by our website at www.anokacommunitymission.org. You can feel free to give us a call on the Anoka Community Mission phone line, 763-245-8291. We'd love to give a tour and get to know you personally.
And come to the Pierce Street, second annual block party, Saturday, June 20th, noon to 4 o'clock. I tell you what, good for your family, good for community, good for everybody. Jason, thank you for everything that you do for our area. Keep up the work, and I know you've got a passion beyond anything that I've ever seen, and everything that can happen will happen, and it will happen with you and so many of the players that make up what is Anoka Community Mission. Yeah. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned.
Hey, I'm just leaving now. Can you text me the details? Thanks.
QCTV is an award-winning community media center.
We inform citizens about the actions of their city governments.
We connect residents to the events and activities happening in their own backyard.
We engage others to provide local programming to our Channel 15.
We innovate, offering live event coverage via our website and on-demand streaming of regular programs.
We collaborate with local organizations for important community conversations.
Most importantly, QCTV tells the stories that matter to the people who live, work, and play in the communities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey.
I wanted to come here and apologize, even though I know it won't change anything. All I think about are the lives I've affected. I replay the moment every day. The way your mom looked at me after I took your life. I knew better than to text and drive, or so I thought. I thought since I was close to home and no other cars were around, I was safe. I work hard, get good grades. I thought I was a good person. Now I can't even look at myself. I didn't think this would happen to me. My selfishness destroyed your family. If I had just waited until I got home to use my phone, we'd both have a future.
It's time to go.
Back on the Chamber Report, time now to take a peek ahead at what is coming up at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, and we've talked about it. Man, we've got Anoka Riverfest coming up on Saturday, July 11th. You can go to AnokaRiverfest.org and find out all about that event. Huge event, free event, hope you come. We have networking going on in June. It's our AM Connections Network Group, first and third Wednesday of every month, 7:45 to 9 a.m. at the Chamber office. Free event for members, great networking. On June 9th, we have a membership luncheon. It's our annual Anoka County State of the Cities address to our membership. You will find out what has, is, and will be happening in Anoka County. We will hear from Anoka County officials. We hope that those will come and attend. That is coming up on June 9th. So if you're watching this ahead of time, give us a call. We'd love to have you in. That will be held at Pizza Ranch in Anoka. We always have a member orientation the second Thursday of every month from 8 to 9 o'clock at the Chamber office. You'll learn about the many benefits of membership, like appearing on this show in our member profile section. We also have, as I mentioned, the Chamber Golf Tournament coming up on Monday, July 27th. We'll be at Greenhaven Golf Course. We start things at 8:30. We tee off at 10 o'clock, looking for a great day of networking and a great day of everything. If you have questions about anything you've seen today, numerous ways you can get a hold of us at the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce. Check that website out, AnokaAreaChamber.com. You can also email me, Pete@AnokaAreaChamber.com. Give us a call, 763-421-7130. You can stop by the office. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30. We are at 12 Bridge Square, which is about a half block off East Main Street on 1st Avenue South in downtown Anoka. Or you can tug on my coat and say, Pete, saw the show, got a question. A lot of you have done that. A lot of you have made comments about watching this show. And I just found out that this show won an award. We'll talk about that next month. So thank you for watching this edition of the Chamber Report. I'm Pete Turok.